want to listen to this program to see what Larry has to say about the condition of our teens and peer pressures going on in the world. But I'm going to ask you, have you read the Bible? Do you pray? Do you actually believe there is an Almighty God? And have you asked Him into your life yet? What movies do you watch? What music do you listen to? What books do you read? Who are your friends? Are you have the kind of friends, folks, or you're just setting your kids up for failure? Well, mom and dad, or sometimes dad's not around or mom's not around. Mom and dad, their friends always drink, and they always seem to have a good time. And every time dad has a party, there's booze around. So that must be how you have a good time, is to get liquored up and see how loud and obnoxious you can be. How many times you can fall down and smash your head against the counter, look like a complete dummy. Maybe even how many times can I get arrested by being too loud and upsetting the neighbors? How about that? How about we do that? That must be a good time, because that's what my dad's friends do when they come over. Oh, you're married. Now, some people are going to say, Larry, I don't agree with it. Marriage is a necessity. I don't believe not being married is living in sin. You know what? What you believe and what God said is the reality of things is two different things. So, are you married? Are you showing your kids it's okay to go shack up with whoever you want to, and you get tired of them, you can just move out and shack up with the next person? Is that the kind of life that you want your children to have? Jumping from one shack to the other? Never building a foundation of love and respect and union with someone that you cherish and look forward to every single night coming home to? Do you invest in quality family time? Do you do things on your own? I'll tell you what, I got a relative, and I won't say what relative is, because I don't want to hurt his feelings. But he had 2 kids. Actually, has 3 kids. And his wife, when they had the little kids, I tell you what, they would just leave those kids with anybody to go out and do things on their own. They want to go anywhere. Sometimes even out to eat. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. Especially when kids are little, they are absolutely exhausting sometimes. I know. They run you ragged. But I know people who have left their kids with people when they go on vacation. Do you do things on your own? Do you surf the internet? Hey, Mom, Dad, are you logged into porn sites? Huh? What are you doing on the internet? Are you using it for education purposes, or looking up the email, doing something constructive, or are you just on there looking at filth? Showing your kids that the internet's just a way for filth, not for a way to use it in such a fashion that it's beneficial as a tool in today's society, and not something you just use to get your jollies. I'm saying it real, folks, tonight. I'm saying it real. Ephesians 6 verses 11 and 12 says, "Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Folks, We are in an absolute mess. Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, but ye be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Folks, how do you want your kids to grow up? How do you want them to grow up, folks? We have, I wish I had the time in preparing for this show to get some more things together, but I know teenage pregnancy is an all-time high. Teen suicide has become such a normal thing that it doesn't even faze us on the news. We see a child killed himself. You're going to see a video later in this show that's going to have a collage of individuals, young people, that committed suicide for being bullied too much in school, because they were told they weren't good enough. They were told they don't have a voice. They were told they were not as cool as the next guy. They were told they don't have an impact or anything to offer the world. So what they felt, because no one was taking interest or a role in their life to tell them how special they are, how important they can be to the world, they said, why be here anymore? And they killed themselves. Folks, this don't make you cry. This don't make you upset. This make you mad. This don't make you... you be mad at me. I don't care. Be mad at me. Say, hey, Larry, how dare you? How dare you, is what I say. How dare us, as adults, to let our society ruin our children? How dare we not take a stand against the darkness, against the devil, and say, I will not stand for this anymore? Folks, we have a choice here. We have a decision we can make. Why don't we choose to make it? Christians, I'm going to talk to you. Ones that call yourself Christians, I want to say to you, why isn't prayer back in the school? Why? I'll tell you why. Because we're giving our backsides too much of a rest. Why isn't there 10 Commandments being shown on courthouse lawns? Because we're giving our backsides too much rest. Why are we allowing some school districts in this country not to even allow after-school Bible studies in the school property? Now, some do. But why isn't that a standard, a status quo, that we can have Bible study as an after-school activity on school property? Folks, we are the taxpayers. We pay for that property. And for those who don't want to be there, don't be there. Why are we allowing in our school districts to teach evolution and not at least also teach creation or intelligent design? That would be at least a step in the right direction. Some have, but not all. It should be a status quo. Why, as parents, are we not willing to talk to our children about sex? I said it. I said the S word. S-E-X, sex. Yes, you heard it right. I said it. Why aren't you talking to your children about sex? Lovemaking is one of those beautiful things that two people, married couples, share. It's a wonderful thing. It's how kids are born. But why aren't we talking to our children about saving yourselves